Hey all you sketchy people, welcome back to my channel, Jack here, and in today's video we're going to go on a recap of the Year 8 Sketchy People book release show. It happened this past weekend at Lloyd Center Mall as a part of the Frankenstein comic swap. Thank you all for who came out to support, and if you couldn't make it, no problem. There's a link down below where you can order your book today. I also went on live TV as a part of the Hello Rose City show, and I'm going to go on a deep dive of all my tips and tricks and things that I do to prepare myself for a comic show. So, without further ado, let's get sketchy.
I be someone.
And here I am at the KGW studio in Portland, about to go on Hello Rose City. And here's a view of the green room, where you can get yourself camera ready. I'm going to get myself sketchy ready, playing some Family Feud, and give myself a little hat adjustment, make sure my beard looks good. Ready. There's a buzz that goes before a show. Here they're working on timing and the first things that are going to come up on screen, talking about bullet points to hit. And I'm going to walk you out here on the stage where you got teleprompters, 3 cameras. The nice thing about Hello Rose City is that this is a fixed set, so it's cool that they have their own set that they can make their own. And this is where I'm set up to promote the new book, Sketchy People Year 8. And I'm really thankful to Hello Rose City to have me back on. This time was really nice because I got to go on first. Last time I was here, I was up third, so first is nice to get up and get done. And here's the amazing host, Lacey, working through the opening lines on the teleprompter. Yeah, the show format is 3 segments, so you get 3 different guests, and going up first was really great to just get it up and get done, and then relax and have fun.
Stand by. 5, 4, 3.
You didn't say 2 or 1.
And there's a link down below for this full interview, so definitely check that out and kind of learn about the show we are going to do, kind of the work that goes into promoting a book release. And you know, one of the best bits of advice I ever learned was, if you don't ask, it's already a no. And so if you see an avenue where you want to be on something, promote yourself, you know, reach out and ask, like, hey, you do a variety show, could I promote my book on it? And start a dialogue that way. So if you see something you want to be on, collaborate with, always ask, it never hurts. And live TV is a rush. It takes a moment to get back in the moment. You know, when the lights are bright and the camera is on, you kind of can get lost a little bit, but luckily Lacey's a really good host, and you know, we had our roadmap of the talk points we wanted to do, so it was a really nice bouncing ball that she provided to keep things calm, keep things moving forward. So thank you to her and the Hello Rose City crew for being awesome and having me back on, and you can get your sticker in the link below. Action! Welcome back to my studio. I'm getting ready for a show, and I gotta get some inventory pulled together of what I want to show and share with the people that are coming to the show. So, as I always talk about, I really need to clean my closet and figure out what I got, and it's always a mess, and surprise, it still is a mess. So, we'll just see how we do. Fun fact, I love showing off this knife. My grandfather made this knife, and you might see me using it in other unboxing videos, but he made this, so I like to show it off. And so a project of mine has definitely been needing to redo my stickers. This is my These are my stickers. It's a mess. I don't even know where to begin. Jojo just put a squeaky ball in this box. Good boy, Joe. Jojo. To make an omelet, you gotta break eggs. I'm breaking a lot of eggs right here. This is not organized, and it eats me up inside. And I'm abandoned my boy. Jojo's chiming in. Oh, they're right here. Wait, no. Oh, they're down here. I love this attaché case. So this thing is really cool. Yes, there we go. Right there. Playing cards. Cut. My hand truck, I feel, might be too overbearing, so I needed something with wheels that was a little bit smaller, and that required a trip to the deep dungeon of my basement. And here it is. Now, if it was a big multi-day show or like a street fair, I would be using this hand truck right here. This hand truck is a beast. I love it, but it does take up a lot of room, and I really didn't want to use this much equipment for today's show. So in comes this skateboard, and I think it's going to work perfectly for what I need it to do. Skating in the house, skater down, woo! To prep for a show, I like to make a checklist. This helps me gather my thoughts and not be so overwhelmed. I like to think of my space as kind of larger to smaller items, like my banner stand is going to be my marquee element for my booth. My tablecloth is going to set the tone of my work. My backpack is there to carry everything and keep my hands free. Book stands to prop up the books, and then I start getting into smaller items as I go down my list. Phone holder, my business cards, my bank. It's important to keep cash on you. So making a checklist is really helpful to really just visualize what I'm bringing to a show. A hat and hoodie, you never know where those vents are going to be placed. You might be blasted with cold air all day. Med kit's important for, Advil or some hand sanitizer. Food and beverage, this is a very important one to bring good food, sustainable food, and water. And it's always good to have some art supplies on hand because you never know when you need to create on the spot. And now it's time to pack the merch. I love having something at a lower price point like stickers at your table. A great way to show some fun variety and not break the bank. But it's the books. These are my bread and butter. I have 8 of them. They all have different covers, various insides, and now that there's 8 years of Sketchy People, we're starting to tell a history of the community. And so these are my focal point of every show I do. I love how the design has stayed the same over the years, just the cover art has changed. I even sell the original Sketchy People sketches at each show I do. I love the idea of having one-of-a-kind art for sale. It makes it extra special. Playing cards are a new addition to my Sketchy People inventory, compact and a lot of fun. And these mugs right here, these are a classic item, but they take a little bit more to pack in and be delicate with, just like I'm doing right here. Nailed it! It's also important to think about the possible bumps in the road that might happen at a show before you get to the show. For example, what happens if you can't connect to Wi-Fi? What if your phone runs out of juice? Thinking about these things before the show will better prepare you for if and when they might happen at the show. This little doodad right here is a piece of resin with some plastic melted in it. It's my good luck charm. Somebody gave this to me at a Tillamook Comic-Con, and I bring it to every show I go to. Pack in some extra stickers for fun. You never know when a good slap needs to happen. And I've printed out my QR code for my Venmo because, just in case if those batteries go down or if Wi-Fi is not working, I've always got a backup solution. Throw in some mints and we're all good to go. I find a backpack the best way to go because, hey, you got to keep your hands free. and pack in some extra goodies here, sketchbook, mints, Advil, all the good stuff from that checklist I was showing earlier. And I think we're just about ready for this show. And my original sketches are ready to go in this basket. If you can, I highly suggest selling original artwork at your booth at a show. Original artwork really elevates the variation of your merch because it's one of a kind. This wooden box is really great, durable, hefty, and it's also used on my table to help display my merch at different levels. And speaking of merch, know your price points so you can know what amounts of cash you need to bring so you can make correct change efficiently. And I gotta get a quick store run in. I gotta get some bread to make my PB&J for the show's lunch, as well as some other home staples, milk and cream, chips and yogurt. I'm a yogurt guy in the morning, love me a good yogurt with granola and dried cranberries. Gotta get the coffee, of course, and maybe some corn flakes up here. And those little bars right there, compact, really good for a show. And I gotta always get me an apple. And the use of this skateboard today was really awesome. It was compact, it was light, and hey, here is skateboard vision in Lloyd Center. And once upon a time, the Lloyd Center Mall was an open air concept. It was a really cool courtyard type of vibe, but over the years, they've replaced this open air concept with skylight windows down the middle of the mall. You can see those skylights right here with the bright sunshine beaming through. It was just a beautiful day for a comic show. The early spring that Portland always gets is here. This technically is the last week of winter, but on today, it was 75 degrees and sunny. It's alive. Here we are. We are rocking and rolling at Frankenstein Comic Swap. 2 floors in the Lloyd Center. We got the vendors all set up, and I got my booth ready to go. It was a really fun day. A lot of people turned out, and it was a really good just hangout. You know, it's a swap meet. Definitely had swap meet vibes. And here I am at my booth, just chit-chatting, rubbing elbows. A really good time. Northwest MoCA, Northwest Museum of Cartoon Arts, they are launching a Kickstarter to open a physical cartoon museum here in Portland. Link in the bio for more details. I had a doggone good time at the Frankenstein comic swap, but before I left the mall, I had to get some delicious caramel corn from Joe Brown's. You gotta get yourself a bag of this delicious caramel corn anytime you're in the mall, or now, the new location on Northeast MLK.
There you have it, my friends. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for making it to the end. The Year 8 Sketchy People book is out now. There's a link down below for you to order your copy and make your library just a little more sketchy. Before I forget, if you table at art shows, table at Comic-Cons, let me know. Comment down below some tips and tricks that work really well for you. I really appreciate feedback and ideas because maybe I can implement them and use them in my show, and maybe what you saw today in my video you can use in your show. So comment, like, subscribe, share. The button's down there. Interact with them because it helps me out, helps this channel out, and it really helps the community out because what Sketchy People does is it brings people together, brings events together, brings businesses together, and sharing is caring. This was a lot of fun. Year 8 was a blast. There's more to come, and if you haven't appeared yet in one of these books, I am out there watching. Stay yourself, stay sketchy, stay unique, because you could be next. Bye!